Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loki here. Join me today as I show you how to divide Jacob's ladder. So let's go. Jacob's ladder, also known as Polemonium, is hardy in USDA zones 3 through 8. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a very high-level plant profile, just so you know more information about the plant. But if you already have this plant and all you want to know is how to divide the plant, I'll go ahead and put a timestamp down below. Feel free to skip to that section. The plant generally grows 12 to 24 inches tall and 12 to 18 inches wide. So for that reason, I prefer to keep this plant somewhere in the center of a flower bed. Since it's a woodland plant, it actually prefers partial to dappled shade. In the shade, it's very hard to find plants that are very attractive, that have interesting foliage, and then even bloom. This is a perfect plant. I love it because it's a little different than your typical hosta. It definitely adds interest in a shade garden. Keep in mind, if you put this plant in heavy shade, you may end up with less flowers. You may be okay with that because maybe you're just growing it for the foliage. In northern cooler climates, you can actually get away with putting this plant in a full sun situation. And if you're going to do that, just make sure you're giving it plenty of moisture. In hot and dry areas, the intense afternoon sun can actually cause the leaves to scorch and the plant to wither away. So just keep that in mind. This plant will produce beautiful purple flowers sometime from mid-spring to the early summer months. And what I love about this plant is that the flowers last a number of weeks. Some places say that if you deadhead or cut back the spent blooms, that the plant will do a second flush of flowers. Mine have never done that, but it's worth a try anyway, just to see if that actually happens for you. And if it does, you might see additional blooms later in the summer. The most common colors for the flowers are blue violet or lavender. However, there are certain varieties out there that have blooms in the shades of white, pink, or even yellow. Since Jacob's ladder is a woodland plant, you want to mimic the soil that you would find in a woodland setting, something that's rich with organic matter, very loamy. And even though the plant needs consistently moist soil, just make sure that it's a very well-draining soil. In fact, the plant does not tolerate drought at all. If you want to help the plant and its roots stay consistently moist, one thing you can do is just add a nice layer of organic mulch at the base of the plant. I recently dug up a big patch of Jacob's ladder and I want to divide it, and I'm going to be showing you my process for dividing it. But I'm also going to bring you out to a smaller patch that I have in my landscape that I want to dig up anyway, just so you can see my process for digging up Jacob's ladder, and then I'll go ahead and show you how to divide the plant. This garden bed used to be a full shade area, which is exactly why I put the Jacob's ladder in here. However, we had a couple of trees cut down, and when we did, we turned a full shade bed into a full sun bed. I noticed last year that my Jacob's ladder did not look very good, so it's time to dig it up and put it somewhere where it's going to thrive. You usually want to divide the plant during the early spring months, and if you miss that window, you can always do it in the late summer, early fall months. And when it comes to digging up the plant, since it's going to undergo some stress, it's important to make sure that it's well hydrated. I have drip irrigation in this bed. It ran last night, so I know the plant has some water and it should be good to go for digging. We have a total of 3 patches here. If I had a very, very large patch and I wanted to keep part of the patch here and take part of the patch, what I could do is I could take my shovel and basically just slice the plant in half down the center. Or I could just slice off one section of it as I need to. However, in my case, I'm going to be digging up all of these plants because they are not thriving in this area. For right now, it's early spring, they look okay, but later in the summer, what will happen is the leaves will start to scorch. And yes, I live in New Hampshire. I could probably leave the plant here and it may look okay, but I want to go ahead and move it into a shadier area so the plant looks even better. Whenever you dig up any plant, including this plant, you never want to dig at the base of the plant because you can hurt the crown of the plant. You want to dig out about a few inches away from the crown or the base of the plant. So you want to dig down and then up. So now let's go on this side. We're going to dig down and then over. And now I can go under the plant and lift. Do the same thing with this plant. Then we have a couple of small ones here. Even if the leaves were not fully scorching in this area, I would much prefer to have this plant in my shade area. And I'm just going to clean up our mess that we made. If you wanted to, you could just take this whole clump and just plant it in your landscape the way it is. However, I want to turn this plant into 2 or 3 additional plants. That's why we're going to go ahead and divide it. Whenever I try to divide any plant, including Jacob's ladder, I first like to see if I can pull apart the plant. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It just depends on the plant. It depends on the root system that the plant has. And just by teasing it apart very slightly, I'm able to pull the plant apart like that. And that's a pretty good sized division there. I'm happy with the size of the plant. Let's see if we can divide this down a little bit further. Again, I'm teasing it apart. I'm seeing a small little division right here. You'll notice right nearby, I do have a tool that I love to use when it comes to dividing many of my plants, including this one. This is called a Corona hand pruning saw. If I press the button, it opens it up just like that. If you don't have this gardening tool, I highly recommend it, especially when it comes to dividing perennials. I'll put a link to this down in my Amazon storefront. The reason I wanted to show this tool is because when I pulled apart the plant, it was a little bit hard to do. So if you wanted to make it a little bit easier on yourself, you could use the hand pruning saw. Whenever I use the saw, I like to inspect my plant and see, is there a good place, a logical place where I can make my division? I look at the base of the plant. I'm noticing right here, looks like a logical place where I have a plant coming up this way, another plant coming up that way. And the reality is, whenever you try to divide or cut a plant in half, there's a chance part of the plant might break or part of the top comes off a little bit, but don't worry about it too much because that's just bound to happen whenever you divide plants. So I'm going to take the saw, hold my plant on the top there. I want to be careful because it is sharp, and I'm going to go ahead and cut right down here. Now let's go ahead and pull apart our plant. This division is definitely nice and big. This one here is not too bad either. The main thing is you want to make sure you still have roots on the bottom of each of your divisions. And we just turned that one plant into 1, 2, 3 individual plants now. Let's go ahead and get them planted in the landscape. Here we are in my woodland shade garden. The sun might be shining here right now, but that's because it's springtime. Before you know it, this will be a pretty shady area, which will be perfect for the Jacob's ladder. And we'll be planting the Jacob's ladder right in this area here. I always like to lay out my plants before I put them in the ground, just to get a general idea of how they're going to look. Also, it's always a good idea, when possible, to plant in odd numbers. We have 3 plants here. It just makes a little bit more of an impact. I'm going to use my shovel again, just to make a hole. I want the hole to be deep enough so that it basically can account for all the roots. However, the crown of the plant should be flush with soil level. So the roots should be beneath soil level, and right here, the crown, that should be flush at soil level. Even though the soil is wet, I still want to add a small drink of water in the planting hole, just because it will be good for the plant and the plant will really appreciate it. Let's go ahead, get the roots in the hole, and then we can backfill around it at the base. Push down, backfill some more, push down. I'm going to give this plant a little bit more water. We do have rain in the forecast, so this plant will have a couple of days to recover from the transplant shock, which will be nice. It will be a great addition to have Jacob's ladder in my shade garden. This is not full shade, but it is pretty shady, and the plant should do well here. Add some water. My Jacob's ladder is budded up. That means probably I should have done this job a few weeks ago, but honestly, you have to do it when you can do it. And I have time to do it today, so it should be fine. It may droop, but then after a day or two, it should bounce back. And our third one. This really is a beautiful plant, and if you don't have it, you should look into getting the plant in your garden. I definitely recommend it. Push the soil around it, press down, soil around it, press down. These plants are going to be super happy here, and they're going to grow and get bigger over time. I can't wait. And there they are, tucked in. Some other plants that I find complement them very well are tiarellas. We also have some astilbe over here. Over here is a maidenhair fern. Everything is still just waking up. And then there's the beautiful bloodroot. In the distance, there's hellebore. And then over here, another great shade plant, that's ligularia. We have an Annabelle hydrangea, and then finally, there's goat's beard in the back. And that gives you a general idea of other wonderful woodland plants that go well with Jacob's ladder. If you have an area in your garden that's part shade or dappled shade, then this is the plant for you. It's a unique, a little bit different of a plant, and I highly recommend it. Let me know in the comments if you already have this plant, or is it a plant that you want to add to your garden? And also, have you ever divided the plant? And if not, I'm hoping this video helped you out. If it did, please hit the like button down below, and until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.